will answer every question I ask. She learned
Like
all
or no,
the
Daddy?
important ones, all the noble level people with ties to him. Just be healed, even with the system. They would be perfect.
Ada narsis. Udah kayak mana ini celananya? Dah bobo. Bobo.
She activated her skill. You will answer every question I ask, no matter the consequences, she said.
You like it?
I will
Yeah.
answer
Sure.
every question,
Yeah.
Gerald repeated.
But your face is like no like
Oh,
it.
nefarious connections with you? She asked. No. Has she learned
Like or
all
no,
the
Daddy?
important ones, all the nobles?
Honestly,
Yes.
don't like it.
Alana nodded. There were bound to be lower-level people with ties to him. Ones that he had never met
Huh?
personally, or even may not
If I will not like it, I will not
It was
eat.
something he couldn't do anything about. Is there anything you know that hasn't been revealed that will have a detrimental effect on the kingdom of Sidonia? She asked. Gerald paused before answering.
Unfortunately, I don't like when I'm singing, but I cannot
Oh
tell.
my god!
Not that I can think of.
Why you want to sell Adam?
His answers were coming slower.
Poor Adam.
The
Did you
longer
want to sell
skill
you?
was in use, the more severe the damage.
You know.
And it wasn't something that
You
could
know.
just be healed, even with the system. There would be permanent
Why did you want to sell Adam?
other side effects.
Because
How
too loud.
do you believe Indria is to attack Sidonia? She asked the question that she was most concerned about. Ever since she heard about it from Natalie, she had
He learning to lot from daddy and
I
sleeping.
think there is a small
Ya kan, Dam?
they will attack. He answered after
Ya kan, Dam?
a pause. On a frown. When do you believe the attack will occur? Soon? I have no idea, he answered. What makes you believe that there will be an attack? She asked.
May nibon ka niyan?
He could only give direct answers and wouldn't offer any extra information with the use of her skill. If they accepted the human trafficking like they did, and the
Untuk kay
higher-ups
Ikan,
in their
Mas.
kingdom did nothing to stop it,
Kan
they
mas
must
lebih
not
banyak
be
tulang
scared
eh.
of making an enemy out of Sigdaria.
I don't
Or they may
put
try to attack.
goldfish.
So it's nothing but
I don't
conjecture.
cook in goldfish.
You have no proof, just theories. Yes.
Goldfish more
What was your ultimate plan?
much.
What did you
Bon.
expect to gain from your deals? She asked her last
Eh.
question.
Ya, sini.
I was
Kita
going
biarkan
to
dulu Daddy
become
makan.
king. So that from Alana's skill. His eyes were vacant, and drool dripped from his mouth as he kneeled on the ground. Gerald Torres, for the murder of company. An overbearing aura poured out, and sparks flew as he channeled his lightning from his body and into the man before him. After a short while, the aura disappeared, and the man fell forward. The crowd stood in silence as they all looked down at the smoking corpse of Gerald Torres. Edwin finally looked up, then turned to his personal guard. Burn the body. With Gerald Torres dead, the Torres line was completely eradicated. There would no longer be a house Torres inside Aria. A week later, Alana stood at the window in her office, alone. With Gerald and the other nobles dealt with, she was finally able to take a breather. The death of the nobles may have taken a toll on Edwin, but Alana had been personally involved in a number of the executions. Well, the death swarm she commanded had been responsible for carrying out some of the trickier assassinations. The work was split into 3 trusted groups: Alana and her death sworn, Natalie and her trusted warriors, and the king's royal guard. So, while Edwin may have ordered it, Natalie and she had both taken part in it. What concerned her the most, though, was that she hadn't felt much of anything giving the orders. The world was harsh, and she knew this better than most. She let out a deep breath as she looked out her window at Zachary, Lucas, and Claire, training with the Sea Ridge butler, Ronson, in the courtyard, and smiled. Those children are going to give Avery a big surprise when he gets back, she thought. Claire had fit right in with the 2 boys. They were all around the same age and would be unlocking access to the great system close to one another. It was a shame that Avery would miss that because it was something that even someone at her age was excited about. Just what classes would the 3 children gain access to? She envied the 3 of them as they were already forming the bonds needed to create a strong group. They would need to pick up a couple of others along the way, but you could almost see their future together as she watched. She never had anything like that.
Iya bentar lah, duduk dulu lah, mamam dulu lah.
What would her life have been if she had made those connections? She sighed and returned to her desk. She was still playing catch-up after stretching herself too thin over the last months. Actually, she had even thought about bringing in a death swarm to take over some of her tasks. They were the epitome of loyal. The thought of seeing one on a daily basis didn't sit well with her. Each death swarm had once been someone absolutely vile.
Yummy,
While
yummy,
she was
yummy.
flipping through some
Ada
paperwork,
mamam
multiple
biskuit.
communication
Yummy,
crystals
yummy,
began
yummy.
buzzing both in
Ada
her desk
mamam
drawer and
biskuit.
in her personal storage
Ada
room.
makan
She frowned
biskuit.
as she pulled one of them out and quickly connected to one of the death swarm on the other end. As she listened to the report, the frown grew deeper. Then she disconnected and grabbed another. As she moved through the crystals, a sense of dread flooded into her. Finally, she quickly put all the crystals away and channeled her aura before activating her
Aduh
skill.
lah, aduh mana kamu.
The pupils of her eyes disappeared, replaced by a silver-gray glow,
Tumpah lah anak
and a
tuh.
pulse of energy rippled out of her body through the kingdom. In an instant, she found herself looking into the eyes of one of her death sworn, one who she had ordered to patrol the border. She watched from a hidden vantage point as soldiers, mostly elven and human, but she also made out a few other races, appeared outside of the fort, just inside the borders of Indria. In moments, she put together what was going on. Not only was Indria attacking, but they had allied themselves with Astris. It was the only possible conclusion. At first, she had wondered how so many
Bum 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 bum. Kayak mana nak? Kayak mana nak hidungnya? Hidung jelek, hidung jelek. Gitu. Iya. Hidung jelek. Iya, hidung jelek. Hidung jelek Adam. Coba lagi hidung jeleknya nak. Mana hidung jelek Adam? Apa itu? What happened, Nani?
Nothing.
Oh, because you don't listen book.
People could appear out of nowhere, but then she saw the portals. Multiple forbidden portals were opened up, allowing thousands of soldiers to flood out. At that moment, she left her death sworn with the command and ended her skill. She soon found herself back in her own body.
Udah hidung
It took a
pesek.
second to reorient
Digituin
herself.
hidungnya.
Then she pulled out all her communication
Hidung jelek
crystals.
Adam kan?
Her first call was to the king.
Iya kan?
She didn't bother staying connected and just told him what she had seen. Then it disconnected. She did her part. Now she needed to protect her people.
Gemes
Her first priority was to
si
contact
gemes.
all her managers in the
Jatuh,
cities
jatuh.
and get her employees to the capital or Savannah. She had enough room in her hotels to house them all between the two cities. Unfortunately, those in many of the sub-cities would not be able to get to one of the cities with a teleporter
Itu kalau
fast
mama.
enough. Many would most likely be caught out in the open
Itu
by the
kalung
opposing army.
mama.
So she gritted
Kalung
her teeth
mama.
and she sent her death sworn out to protect those crown restaurants that wouldn't be able to evacuate. Next, she needed to contact Natalie to
Oke.
inform her of everything.
Dadah.
But before she pulled out the crystal containing the woman's room,
Dadah.
a frantic knock